I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to introduce the recipient of the Honorary Award of Doctor of the University.
We are this morning delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Marverine Cole. I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduands, today we confer the award of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Marverine Cole. Now, it's quite likely that many of our graduates here today will have had some advice about how to present themselves on social media. You play it too safe in that great gallery called LinkedIn, and you risk disappearing into the crowd. On the other hand, if you risk everything on idiosyncrasy, you might stand out for the wrong reasons. Now, if you visit the LinkedIn site of our guest of honor today, you'll probably agree with me that she gets the balance just about right. After the words journalist and newsreader, keynote speaker, event host, coach and lecturer, you find that unique, standout, special ingredient everyone needs, because Marverine Cole is not only a distinguished journalist, etc., but wait for it, a beer expert. So how do you get to do that, apart from spending time in the pub? Birmingham-born, Marverine took a degree in business studies over at De Montfort, Leicester, and she did 3 years as a PA at that wonderful organisation for which we should all be grateful, the BBC. She became a reporter for ITV and soon moved back to the BBC as a TV and radio presenter. Crisscrossing the public commercial boundary again, she did a stint as a journalist and presenter at Sky. Her freelancing career has since taken her to Channel 5, to Classic FM, and a return to ITV, where, if you watch Good Morning Britain, you will certainly have witnessed the calmness, the authority, the good humour, and the sense of familiarity that are the hallmarks of a real pro. And that career makes her one of the few black women to have presented UK-based national and international news bulletins. And one of an even smaller number to win awards for her work, such as her BBC Radio 4 documentary on mental health, Black Girls Don't Cry. Her eye for the stories usually neglected in mainstream media was confirmed by further BBC documentaries about women who do rap and women who are addicted to gambling. Now, one of the other hallmarks of a real pro is a commitment to reinvesting your expertise to help the next generation, or the ones who haven't had the opportunities they needed to succeed. So, in 2013, Marverine founded Ready for TV UK, a resource designed to give people confidence in presenting, be it on TV, radio, or online. For 2.5 years, she also served as a trustee for the Student View, which harnesses the power of journalism to get young people sharing their views of the world. And since 2021, she's been a trustee of one of our city's great artistic institutions, the Birmingham Royal Ballet. Last but not least, she's a familiar face here at another of our city's great institutions, our own university. First, because she studied here for a postgraduate diploma in broadcast journalism, and second, because she's also worked here, serving 4 years as course director for undergraduate journalism. But by now, you're probably starting to wonder what the beer expert thing is really all about. Well, you'll already know if you've watched ITV's somewhat saucily entitled Love Your Weekend with Alan Titchmarsh, for which Marverine has toured the country visiting breweries, or you'll know if you've read the BBC Good Food magazine that she used to write a beer column. She did that on the best authority as one of the first British women to become an accredited beer sommelier. And I reckon it's a fair bet that among our university's roughly 370 honorary doctors, Marverine Cole is the only person who can claim that distinction. Knights and dames of the realm, Oscar winners, global rock stars, Olympic gold medalists, even a former deputy prime minister. We've seen them all here, but never until today have we given a gong to a beer sommelier. But of course, it's not Marverine's fancy for a good pint that earns her award today. She sets a glowing example to all our graduating students of what it means to rise through a profession, to seize new opportunities as they come your way, and to set the best possible example to those who come after. So Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduands, gives me huge pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to confer the award of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Marverine Cole.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the Academic Board and confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Marverine Cole. I now invite the Pro-Chancellor to present the gift. So I'll now invite Marverine to address the audience.
Gosh, thank you very much indeed. And good morning, everyone. Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, proud families, and of course to all of you graduands, congratulations, Bab. Today is your day. And I've got to say, and this is not scripted, I am absolutely buzzing because the support of friends and family here and all of you, seeing you on stage has just filled my heart with joy. So it's amazing to be here. I'm thrilled to be here amongst you. And although I present on national television live, not going to lie, I am shaking like a leaf. It's not the same as looking down the barrel of a camera, but seeing hundreds of faces is definitely nerve-wracking. I'm deeply humbled and genuinely emotional. I've been trying not to cry all morning to receive this honorary doctorate today. For services to BCU, this is the institution that transformed me from something of a loafer to a national broadcaster. For championing this magnificent city of Birmingham, it's my birthplace, and for services to journalism, my profession for the last 23 years. And before I go any further, I want to say some thanks. I want to thank my mum, who can't be here today, but is watching later, and I just want to say to my mum, thank you for your courage in making the journey from Jamaica in your 20s, raising my brothers and I with proud Brummie roots and turning me into a woman of confidence, resilience and integrity. She really did. Thank you. I want to thank my late brother, Fitz, looking down with me with a wry smile. Je t'aimerai toujours, Fitz. My late sister-in-law, Karen, love you, Bab. I also want to thank my family watching online, my closest girlfriends up here. And last but definitely not least, my remarkable husband, Austin, my rock and constant support. Love you so much, love you all. And thank you, God. All that love really mattered because the career path that I followed was not straight or obvious. So I'm just going to tell you briefly my story, even though David Roberts has told you something about me, but much of my career has been spent as a live news presenter on TV and on radio. You get your earpiece and you're counted down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cue. You're ready to read the script, off auto cue, when suddenly breaking news lands. Or the auto cue fails. And then it's just you and the camera making sense of the world for the viewer in real time. It's hairy, scary stuff. There really is no room for perfection. And then you add in menopause brain fog, which I get a lot of. And I sometimes have to remind myself, yes, I'm on air, I'm on TV. I'm not arguing with myself in my own mirror. But that fearlessness took me to 24-hour newsrooms like Sky News, Arise News, as well as other corners of creative media. Shopping TV, no script or no auto cue there, making radio documentaries and producing podcasts, all sorts of other things. YouTube, real L expertise, and I'm also now qualified as a life coach. Whew, a lot. And honestly, I still surprise myself at how I got to do any of these things, because growing up in the 1980s, the only black women I saw on TV were singers, dancers, or athletes. Then one day, there she was, Moira Stewart. Calm, authoritative, reading the news on the BBC to millions of people, night after night. And I remember thinking, could I ever do that job? But there was already a fair bit against me. I was painfully shy, believe it or not, despite being the teenager who wrote letters to the local paper about the local council, Orcs. I had zero connections in journalism, no insider knowledge, no family member already working in media, no one to ask how. And back then, the national newspapers were the only places offering journalism apprenticeships. And reading the papers really did tell me enough. They didn't feel very welcoming to people who looked like me. So every signal I saw around me on TV, on radio, in the newspapers, it told me journalism is not for you, Marv. So a business studies degree at DMU beckoned, and followed by a decade of temporary secretary jobs, volunteering in radio, early mornings, late nights, weekends, trying every route to get into media and really getting nowhere. A whole decade of feeling stuck. Then in my 30s, BCU appeared on the horizon with a postgraduate journalism course led by Professor Diane Kemp and Bob Carver. And everything changed for me. Diane, an academic visionary, supported me from day one through the harsh realities of this competitive industry. That course changed my life. It taught us all how to be news reporters with integrity, how to use our voice, and how to hold power to account. Finally, little Marv, who used to watch Moira Stewart in awe and wondered, could I, got her answer to how. From there, ITV Central News, BBC WM, BBC Midlands Today beckoned, and Sky News then asked me to join them as an anchor for their World News programme. And no, it was not all plain sailing. There was prejudice, doors slammed shut. I have been pushed out of jobs because someone decided their newsroom, or their audience, didn't want a black female journalist there. And that rejection hurt like hell. And what I've learned through the rejections, the mistakes, is that they weren't wrong. Every time I thought I was failing, getting nowhere, not achieving, not reaching my goal fast enough, being too different, not posh enough, I was actually becoming exactly who I needed to be, stronger, more myself, clearer about what I would and wouldn't accept. So, graduates, as you step out into the world today with your qualifications, I really hope you can remember that your path does not have to be straight. There will be detours, there'll be delays, there'll be the inevitable mistakes, but really what I've learned is that all of those things can shape you, can sharpen you, and show the world that you can bring something completely distinct. Please remember to take some calculated risks. That's what I've done throughout my career. Make sure you stay curious. Also try and lift others up as you climb. Look after your fellow graduates as you rise through the ranks. That's so important. Some of my early work I received through staying in touch with my friends and them offering me shifts in the newsroom where they were. That's really important. Your difference is not a liability. It's the reason you're needed. And anyone or anything that doesn't realise that is the problem, not you. Right? So go out there, take up space, use your voice, and show the world why you are needed. Thank you for listening. Congratulations to you all, BCU's class of 2025. Thank you.